Hello, Holt.
And welcome back to
TLTV.
Tribe Life TV. Holt Indians.
On April 19th, Holt students had the chance to form a team to compete in the Amazing Race, where teams competed in a clue-based scavenger hunt based on the television show.
Teams had to participate in multiple challenges, including each member having to eat a dead cricket and possibly even dog food. You had to do this or suffer a penalty. Congratulations to the soccer team on winning the race.
Following right behind was the teachers team.
Speaking of teachers, it's time for this week's teacher feature with Dakota.
I have two questions for you today, if that's all right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. One, do you enjoy being a teacher?
I do. It definitely has, frustrations at times, probably like most any other job in the world, but it has its rewards as well. And, the positive relationships that can develop and seeing students go from being younger adults into, a more rounded adult as they leave, that can be rewarding for sure.
My second question has to be, what did you do to become a teacher? What did you want? Why did you want to be a teacher?
I had two coaches in particular and one teacher in particular who were really eye-opening to me, meant a lot to me, not just like as far as coaches, not like X's and O's and this and that, but just meant a lot to me as mentors and helped me get through times that I didn't know I was going to get through anyway.
Thank you so much for the interview, and thank you for your time.
May I add one thing?
Sure.
Now that there's a girls and boys division in state wrestling, no one in this building has a reason not to wrestle. Okay, it used to be, well, I don't know if I want to wrestle a guy, I don't know if I want to, all this and that. And now that we don't have to wear singlets only, you can wear a two-piece uniform to compete in. Everyone should wrestle the next year, at least for a month. All of you. We should have a couple thousand people out for wrestling for at least a month. Give it a shot. Thanks.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks, Dakota. May 7th is Seniors Honors Night, where a handful of special seniors will be honored with various awards.
While it takes a lot of work for a student to be successful, it would be almost impossible without our teachers' help. Here's Paige with some of our favorite teacher study tips.
If you're anything like me, you're stressing about end of year testing too. So I thought it would be a good idea to ask some teachers about their best studying tips. Let's go.
So I would recommend that the students take advantage of all the review material we have available. They can take practice tests. I have before and after school study sessions. We take, I actually have them do essays, I have them do short answers, and most important, review the content and know your history.
Hello, my name is Mr. Pruitt, and today I'm going to give you guys a study tip that I use personally, whether I'm studying a language, a mathematical principle, vocab, or something in English. The biggest thing that I do personally is create flashcards. It's old school, but it's definitely effective.
One of the tools that I found works for me to study is to break it up into chunks, do like 10 to 15 minute segments of study and then take like a 5-minute break to refocus your brain and do what you need to do to kind of just process the information, and then do another 10 to 15 minute chunk and keep repeating that until you've studied everything that you need to.
My favorite study tip is to play the same song over and over while studying for a particular subject. When you take the test, you can silently hum that song in the back of your head, and it actually helps connect that to the information that you've studied, increasing your chance of memorizing the information and retaining it.
Seniors, remember to buy your grad night ticket right after you're done studying and testing.
Tickets are $75 until May 14th and then can be bought for $85 at the door.
School's almost over, but it's not too late to try a new club. Here's Connor with the info about the D&D club.
Hello there, Holt. Connor James here with TLTV, and I have with me
Kale Barnes.
Hello, Kale. Now, Kale, this is an episode of Club Corner, and we did a drawing and got Dungeons & Dragons, and you are the head of Dungeons & Dragons, am I correct?
Yes.
Now, what inspired you or got you motivated to start Dungeons & Dragons here at Holt?
Well, I've been playing Dungeons & Dragons for a couple of years now, and I just kind of really wanted to bring it to this school and see how people here would like it, because I know that the public library, it's popular, but I know people here who wanted to play it and are like, I can't come to it, and the library is a half hour away. So I was like, okay, we'll make it a school.
That's cool. Now, when and where do you guys meet for Dungeons and Dragons?
It's on Wednesdays until 2:30 or 3:20, and we meet in Mr. Spauld's room, which is A205.
That's pretty cool. Now, how many people are currently in Dungeons and Dragons?
Probably around 20. That's a tough question. Probably around 20-ish, because we've got 3 groups, not counting me and the people that run them, and there's about 6 or so in each group.
That's pretty impressive. And what was your first character?
Oh, my first character was completely not original. I took the book Aragon, and I made a wizard named Brahm. So I completely stole that straight out of the book, but it's fine. We don't need to talk about it anymore.
That's good. Well, thank you for stopping by, Holt. Connor James here. Back to the studio.
Switching from fantasy bloodshed, students at Holt got to bleed for a cause when they gave blood at this year's blood drive.
Speaking of blood, competitors were out for blood in this year's Mr. HHS competition.
Hello, I'm Josh Willenberg. Mr. HHS was a night to remember. 9 students were judged on their responses to questions, their talents, and overall appearance. They were judged by a panel of staff and students. The event raised over $400, and congratulations to Dylan Weezy. All proceeds go to Dylan's charity of choice, the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Congratulations, Dylan. Back to the studio.
After Mr. HHS, some of us are split, but one thing that can bring us together is saving the environment.
One way to improve the environment is to recycle. Here's Connor with Gage Smith to explain on how we can recycle better.
Hi there, Holt. Connor James here again with TLTV. Recycling. We all need to do it to save our planet for us, for our children, and their children's children. But how do we recycle? What can we recycle? And how does it work necessarily here at Holt? Well, I have with me Gage Smith, who wrote an article on TLTV about this topic of recycling. Now, Gage, in your article, you had mentioned the janitors had thrown out the recyclables because there was trash in them, right?
Yeah, so basically there was tons of trash in the recycling bins throughout the school and the classrooms, and there were rumors and different evidence of the custodians taking the recycle bins and putting them in the trash, and then that going off and being taken by the service of waste that takes it and puts it off into the junkyards. And so it's mainly the problem of the teachers and students not knowing like what exactly goes in there, and that's causing all these problems.
All right, so if that's the problem, a solution would be knowing what can and can't go in there. So what can go into the recycling bins?
So what can be recycled as of right now due to our service, paper, cardboard, glass, cleaned out metal cans like beans and corn, stuff like that, milk cartons, plastic bottles, and plastic jugs. But what cannot be recycled at all is the paper bags, the styrofoam, pizza boxes, aluminum, and everything else that wasn't mentioned. So.
Well, there you have it, Holt. I'm Connor James with Gage Smith. Remember to recycle. Back to the studio.
That's it for this week, Holt.
I'm Macaulay Miller.
I'm Hunter Richardson. And this has been TLTV.
Holt, Indian.